Another blow in the armour of the Northwest Premier Supra Mahumapelo as the national government's move to pull the purse strings after the cabinet meeting yesterday. The provincial treasury and the Department of Health were put under administration. A ministerial task team has also been assigned to investigate the unrest, as we said. And today's meeting now with traditional leaders that was called by the Premier Mahumapelo was in fact delayed. All right, to discuss, we're joined by Dr. Matebesi. He joins us from Bloemfontein, I understand. Doctor, thank you very much. This cabinet move, is it going far enough to deal with what's going on in the Northwest?
Hi, good evening, Francis, and good evening to the viewers. It is too late. The African National Congress should have taken made a concerted effort to deal with this matter. And as I've indicated in the past, I knew that President Cyril Ramaphosa will come back and he will make an announcement after the meeting that he had in the Northwest, and he indicated there will be a follow-up meeting. And that is not the way to deal with this issue. It is a serious matter. It has huge implications for schooling in that area, and it is also very damaging to the image of the country because potential investors are also looking at the situation. The problem is you've got serious allegations against the Premier, the Chief Accounting Officer of the province, but yet it seems as if the ANC yet again is dilly-dallying about this whole situation. The question is, why are they not at least suspending the Premier and at least investigate the allegations against him? But fact of the matter is, this is not an issue for the African National Congress only. It is definitely an issue that goes beyond the party, and it affects every single citizen in the province of Northwest.
Surely this is a vote of no confidence in his leadership. Supra Mahumapelo had already suspended the HOD of Health, but now the Health Department, he won't even be able to intervene. That's national government. It's also taking over Treasury. But will citizens of the Northwest see it as such, as a vote of no confidence in the Premier, at least?
It is definitely a vote of no confidence in the Premier. If we see what is happening there, we don't condone the violence and all this, the intimidation that is going on in the Northwest. But I strongly believe that by now we should also understand democracy as it is widely defined. It is actually the will. You are governing or leading based on the will of the people. Now the question is, if there are such widespread, forget about the factions within the African National Congress, forget about the balance of power. Let us not talk about NDZ and the so-called Cyril Ramaphosa CR17. It has nothing to do with that. But at the end of the day, it is about service delivery, and for me, all this public an outcry actually against the Premier, it is definitely for me a vote of no confidence. Question is, he has made several announcements that he's actually going to investigate the Department of Health, but how can he be a player and a referee in a matter that for me is such so crucial? And some of our leaders have been getting away with murder, and you can even see some of the remarks that he made since the weekend, very arrogant. And unfortunately, I also believe that the South African public, it's also partly to blame, because the question is, how have we reached this stage as a nation? We've allowed a lot of things to happen under our name, and we should not actually allow such things, but we cannot condone also the action of the citizens in Northwest.
Doctor, with national officials now involved in the Northwest Treasury Department, in the Health Department, could we at least get to the bottom of the claims of corruption against the Premier himself, against some of those health officials? And I guess that'll give Cabinet the leverage it would need, if those claims were true, to act against him.
It's going to be very difficult. We've seen, I mean, all the investigations against your low-level people like your HODs, chief financial officers, I have seen in even other provinces, those investigations gain traction. You always get guys who are going to take the fall, and I'm actually surprised. I'm not surprised by the haste in the action that have been taken against the HOD, but fact of the matter is, what is going to happen with the Premier? And we can't allow a situation like that. But we should also be very careful. We can't just, when people complain and then we say, yes, he is guilty. But fact of the matter is, there seems to be credible evidence also from the ANC, within the ANC, or structures from the ANC have been complaining against this. But it seems as if we are confronted by an unresponsive party and an unresponsive government.
Okay, Doctor, so you've made it clear you wished for stronger action from the ANC. It has taken some action. Will the Premier be insulted? Will he fight back?
There's absolutely no way that if you look at the history of or the conduct of Premier Supra Mahumapelo and the others in other provinces, there's absolutely no way that he will not be able to fight back. In fact, I think this is one of the major tests against the administration of Cyril Ramaphosa, to say, take me on and we will show you that we still have power within the NEC of the African National Congress, within the National Working Committee of the African National Congress. And I've seen some of the public pronouncements made by Premier Supra Mahumapelo that he said it is only the African National Congress who can dismiss him. And the question is, who is the African National Congress? Because I strongly believe that in any democratic society, the power lies with the masses on the ground. And unfortunately, in South Africa, we've come to a situation where it seems as if our leaders have become demigods, they've become untouchable, and hence the arrogance. I would have come out publicly if I was the Premier of the Northern Cape to say, I do apologize that certain things are happening in my name. I am going to afford my party, the government of this country, an opportunity to investigate all the allegations against me. I am willing to take a step aside for 3 months so that my name can be cleared. But this is definitely not what we're going to see from our politicians, because the environment in South Africa, the political environment in South Africa, is conducive to arrogance and a sheer lack of disrespect for the citizens of this country.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Setuleko Matebesi, live for us from Bloemfontein.